Hello students, good morning. I, Saurav Asti, faculty of Maulitra Ji School, Jhansi. Today I have brought a new chapter for you, that is Lost Spring, which has been written by Anis Jung. So students, here this part gives us information about rag pickers who are totally dependent on the garbage and their life. So let's begin. The first excerpt describes the narrator's encounters with a child named Sahib, and the complete name is Sahibe Alam. Sahib and his family migrated from Dhaka after their homes and fields were destroyed by storms. So they have came to India. Now they live on the outskirts of Delhi, digging through garbage dumps in the city for their livelihood. Sahib does not go to school because there are none in his neighborhood. So, the narrator light-heartedly asks Sahib if he would attend a school started by her, and Sahib said yes. He agrees and even asks the narrator about it a few days later. She realizes that she had made a promise she had not really meant to keep and recognizes with embarrassment that for children like Sahib, such broken promises are common. So she felt little guilty about that she made false promise. The narrator notes that Sahib Sahib and his friends are mostly barefoot and have never worn shoes in their life. Those who do have shoes wear mismatched ones. So the story says about that type of people, that type of these boys who always used to have unpaired shoes. The narrator recalls seeing many such barefoot children across the country. She recollects people explaining this way as tradition and wonders if this is just an excuse to hide how widespread. The narrator then recollects her visit to Simapuri on the outskirts of Delhi where migrants like Sahib's family used to live. The neighborhood is dotted with mud tin houses without water or drainage. The residents there have no identity papers except ration cards which enable them to get only food. For them, having a source of food is more important than having an identity. This is why they prefer to be here than in their home country where they went hungry. So, the narrator notes that for the adults in Simapuri, rag picking is a source of livelihood. But for children like Sahib, it is a source of hope as they even find money among garbage sometimes. Once actually what happened, one more morning, she noticed that Sahib is wearing someone's old tennis shoes and ponders that though he has the shoes, he might never be able to play the game of tennis. And another day, she sees Sahib with a steel canister. He had started working at a tea stall. Up till now, he was living freely, but now he has given up his freedom now. He had started working at a tea stall to earn some money. The narrator notes that Sahib is no longer carefree and now that he works for someone else. That means he have started doing slavery and now he is no more his own master. So students, now in the first part you must have seen that how Anish Jung have explained about the people who are living in slum areas, that means outskirts of Delhi, to earn their livelihood from the garbage. Now the second part of the story about Mukesh and the Bengal makers will be discussed in the next part of the video. Okay, till then stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much.